One of the things I always find with a band like this who've got so many songs is that when you go to the show, there's always like that song that maybe you hope they play, that you're not sure if they will play. Were there any sort of songs that they played that you were kind of surprised and thought, wow, I'm really glad they played that, but I didn't see that coming?
I mean, there was one surprise for me
Not really.
because I forgot a few songs of the set list, and there was I really forgot that they played Yoakin or Ryuseigo in the other performances, and so I was surprised when I hear it. Because at the moment in the show, I really forgot that they played it already on the other show, so I was quite happy that I could listen to it after I forgot it.
So you checked, you knew that they probably would play it, but then when you went into the show, you forgot, and then they played it.
Yeah, I checked it like last time, like in July after they couldn't continue the tour, and then I forgot it like for 2 months that they played this song. I knew, of course, they played some Mirror songs and some Dark song, but this particular song I forgot somehow. But no problem. I was glad to hear it. So.
And same for anyone else? Any surprise songs?
Yeah, it wasn't really a surprise song because they've added it to their rotation the last couple of years. But Flashback number 5 is not a song that they usually play all that often.
Yeah, it was played in all the Japan tour and in the national tour, and I think they played it already, right? For like the last time then they went to the US. I think they played it already like overseas somewhere, right? Or at least in Japan. I can't remember.
Yeah, they just started playing it right before COVID when they started adding it into their set list.
Okay,
so I was a little surprised they played Image because I wasn't expecting that. I didn't realize that was as popular or part of their set list. I wasn't really sure what their set list was because I hadn't paid attention as much, but I was kind of surprised that they used Image.
It's also fun that they turned Image into another Harass Haruna song.
Yeah.
Because there's always antics between Haruna and Tomomi, but kind of not just them. I think the whole group occasionally gets in it. Was there any sort of fun antics or anything that you guys picked up on?
All the time. I mean, I think it would be just great just to sit like 90 minutes to just see Mami doing like Mami things. I mean, like, just like doing one more time, for example, Mami do like all kind of hurts, right? Like hurts, everything of hurts, right? All the time when she doesn't have to play like guitar and something like this, for example. But
then, of course, you always have Tomami's Happy Feet.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That one likes to dance.
Yeah, and I mean, Dakoji also like dancing them and Take Me Out always with the guitar, and also when like Haruna plays and Mami has no, like in the verses, Mami does not play in Take Me Out, so she dances there, so something like this, also, all the time.
That's one of the things that I was actually kind of surprised at, because you always see Tomomi in concert footage and her kind of dance. I was surprised how much Mami moved around during the concert, because you don't see that in the concert footage, but she moves a lot.
It's a mixture of things, but I think when you've got a band like that who've been playing for so long and they're just very comfortable, and most of the songs they're playing are songs they've probably played many times, they can just sort of slide into it, just click into that role, and then it's almost like second nature. So they probably just get on stage and just do it all subconsciously, and then it's just free to move around. I think a band like Scandal, who've been around so long, their shows must just be like second nature for them, and I think that's why they look so comfortable on stage. It's just that familiarity. It is like home for them to be on the stage. Especially Mami, because I can't help but feel that every time when you see her in the music videos, she's hyper animated in music videos. So if she can be that animated on cue, then you put her in front of a crowd, and I can't imagine there's going to be much reason for her to stand in one spot for too long.
There was also one moment, but I don't know what song this was. Was it Take Me Out? But I'm not sure. I think some film filmed her directly, like it was in front of her, and she made like a peace sign in front of the camera. But I was not sure what song it was. I think it was one of the early ones. Maybe Take Me Out.
I was going to say I really did enjoy the interaction on stage. And there's a couple of places where like Mami and Tomomi are kind of like glancing at each other, and they're kind of like almost daring one another to do something outrageous. And especially when they're trying to like mess Haruna up, and then you can see the glance going between them. And then they glance back to Rena, and then she's sort of like just kind of like giving that little nod, and then they kind of like move over, and they're just trying to put her off her stride. But yeah, Haruna knows their antics, so I guess that she's kind of prepared for any moment it's going to happen. But yeah, it's very amusing to watch, very very entertaining. And as the others were saying, like Mami will always be kind of like pointing fingers, and like making little signs, and kind of glancing up at, and then occasionally then she'll just like put her head down and just like, I don't know if she's like particularly concentrating. She probably knows these songs inside out, but she looks like she's really concentrated. And then suddenly like that little opportunity goes, and she's back on sort of back on top form, like messing about and pointing to the audience, and she certainly has a great time. They all do, but Mami especially. Although she seems that kind of quiet and reserved, and then suddenly it's sort of that spark ignites, and off they go. So I really enjoyed that. Everything's all about the music, obviously, but for artists who are really really comfortable on stage, I think it really shows. I mean, they've been going for so long now. They must be really kind of familiar with all these songs and know exactly what they're up to.
Yeah, I think that when you've got a band like this, they'll always, and especially with Mami, she'll know the songs where she just wants to enjoy playing it, and the songs where this one's easy for me. I'm just going to have fun and try and distract someone else while I'm mid playing. But when you go to a live show, I guess the reason why you go to a live show, especially if it's not a festival, you're just seeing an artist, is because you want to really be in the room with the entertainers who entertain you. Sort of be there, connecting with their personalities. That's kind of the whole point of a live show. It's not just an exhibition to go, well, I heard your recording, let's see if you can really do it. No, it's more of an actual attempt to be there and enjoy it personally. So although it is very much about the music, the personality is important. I think it's a big part of why we see live shows, is to see the personality of the artists as well. So I'm guessing from what you guys were saying that really it was a show with a lot of personality. They were on form being themselves.
So they're born to entertain. They love it up there on stage.
Yeah, I think that's true.